Has your day ever started like this? First thing you think in the morning is about yesterday. You start thinking, did I do enough? And you start to judge. I don't think I did enough yesterday. I'm going to push today. And you start to get up in the morning and you go and walk into your living room and your 17-year-old dog decided to use the restroom already. And I mean, a piss on this side and a deposit on that side. And as you're starting to clean up, you start to realize that you're actually behind already. And so now you start to feel bad because you're starting to feel pressure. You don't want to get mad at the dog because the dog doesn't deserve that. She's taking care of you all those days where you didn't deserve any kind of love. And so now you realize you're behind and you start to feel the pressure of feeling behind, conversations that bothered you, happenings that happened that didn't actually go your way. And you start to feel that pressure in your chest, your frustration starts to edge towards anger, and you start to feel a little bit angry, and you're noticing that this is happening, but you just can't stop it. You actually start saying, I guess I'm not into it today. Oh, maybe I'll get it tomorrow. I'm definitely not on it. You're trying to slow it down using negative, but less powerful punches, I guess. Feeling the same way you've felt so many times before. It's like life is reminding you that nothing has changed yet. And then you're like, what the heck just happened? Because this felt like it happened all at once. So let's cover what happened. Your attention landed on a problem, which led to another problem. Energy was fed. Your state started to drop. Your nervous system kicks in. Now your mammalian part of the brain starts to understand what that feeling is. Old, familiar, bad, horrible patterns that you've repeated so many times that the body knows what to do from there. It can run out automatic. So maybe it wasn't your dog. Maybe it's not that you feel behind. Maybe it's not that conversation you had earlier this week or the happening that didn't go your way. Maybe all those things just got together and each individual thing sparked just a little bit. And as they all sparked, it became one big spark. And because of those sparks that are the same sparks that spark over and over again with a certain amount of fuel, your old behavior, your old pattern was just waiting in the wings saying, hey, I'm up. And you try to think positive. You try to push through it, but you're forcing it, right? You try to overpower the old pattern. And because forcing needs to be pushed hard, you start pushing harder and harder. I mean, how else are you going to get it done? But that's not how you change patterns, especially old ones that are locked in. You have to learn to redirect the energy, cut off the energy. Just like in a fire, in a house fire or an electrical fire. If you cut the energy, the electric, it's not being fed any longer. So it's by taking one step at a time in the opposite direction to start your day over. You start with an interrupter because you can't take a giant leap or a giant action. You just can't do it and make it work. Remember, it's an old pattern that the thinking faculty is the gatekeeper to keeping it running. So you can't take a life-changing action, though you want to. Some people throw stuff, right? Doesn't work. It just gets worse and worse. But this is why redirecting it works. The small action that you'll be taking actually bypasses the thinking faculty. It allows you to take a new focus. Say, hey, there's nothing wrong here. At least I still do have a dog. I am awake, and I got the rest of the day to conquer everything. I'm not behind. I'm just starting at a different time. Change the meaning. You're going to get there. You're going to get started. It's like worrying about something that hasn't happened yet. So don't put so much pressure. Relax your way and walk with the same sense of urgency. Work and walk with the same sense of urgency. And your thinking faculty won't realize what's happening. Large changes trigger resistance. Small changes are allowed. They slip right past the thinking faculty. So again, you're not fighting the old patterns. You're just redirecting it, using your tools that you do have at your disposal. And then you should acknowledge the win. Hey, wait a minute, I just did change my direction. Change the meaning, whatever it takes. And while the old pattern loses momentum, the new pattern gains momentum. This is how we start a day. Today, you start to feel a little bit lighter. You feel a little bit of the progress, the change that's happening in the nervous system, which is not little, but you think it is. That's pretty cool. It does work. And when you say that, you start to build momentum. And as the days go by and you start to interrupt your morning patterns, that new pattern becomes familiar. And what becomes familiar, the nervous system will 100% accept. Old patterns, not defeated by force. They're supplanted. Take one out, put one in. Keep supplanting it enough times until it becomes familiar. And that means, or that will mean, that you identified a new pattern. It's just another way to change your state of mind. Now that we have identified a new pattern and we have seen how it snowballs so quickly, and now we've learned how to interrupt it, let me also let you know that that's just an interrupter. Interrupting your old pattern doesn't change it. Changing your pattern is another thing. So how do we stop the old pattern and change it, not just interrupt it, and create a new one? That's coming next.